friends, Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. Well, I'm here for another FAQ, which I don't think I've shot one of these videos in a while, but it's supposed to be just a quick video to go in my frequently asked questions playlist. And today it is about, can I tincture that? Because on almost all of my videos where I'm doing some kind of herb profile, such as on thyme or peppermint or turkey tail mushrooms or rosemary, just some of the things I have out here, or catmint / catnip, because they're similar, though they're two different things. And whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Somebody's going to say, can I tincture that? Can I tincture that? Can I tincture that? Well, generally speaking, yes. You can tincture anything you want. I've never followed any kind of rules as to what I can and cannot tincture. I just do it if I feel like doing it. However, I'm not really huge into tincturing everything. I brought this one out. This is turkey tail mushroom tincture. I brought this out just to show I do some tinctures. I tincture a few things. I have this, I have cinchona bark. Some of your harder and woodier items are the things I'm going to be most likely to tincture, and what that means is I'm going to use a higher proof alcohol rather than my common solvent that I like to use for the rest of my extracts. Now understand that the word extract applies to all of the various methods. That's just the general term. So extracts come in many forms. They come in decoctions, herbal infusions, which people commonly call tea, oxymills, glycerin extracts, and so much more. So the general rule of thumb is that a tincture is made with a higher proof alcohol. When I say higher, I mean higher than using something like wine to extract with. In this case, I use what I just happen to have on hand because it got left here a couple of years ago after when my youngest son got married, and it is actually tequila. Yes, you can use tequila. So it was what I had. I was out of vodka. I didn't want to use the whiskey I had set aside because I have purposes for all these different things. And so that's what I use. You can use rum. I wish rum is preferable to me. Anyway, anything that's, a higher proof alcohol can be used to make a tincture. Some people will go as high as using Everclear, which is not my personal favorite thing. I don't use Everclear. That's just my personal choice. Some people like using that. Generally speaking, though, any kind of tincture you're usually going to take the smallest amount of. It can be like with something like Everclear, it might only be a drop or two, where with something like in this, it might be a teaspoon. When I'm making my other extracts, like this one here is a combination of raw honey and homemade wine. This was made with fresh rosemary. That's my favorite one to use when I'm making a medicinal extract, is raw honey and homemade wine, because it's cheaper, tastes better, and is generally healthier. And then my other favorite way is making decoctions and teas. Decoction is simply a tea that is basically cooked down, really cooked for a minimum 15-20 minutes. It's simmered, whereas a regular infusion is just going to be basically pouring hot water over your herbs and letting them steep. You're not cooking them. So that's going to be used for your more delicate herbs when you're doing that. So anyway, there are just a few key things you might want to learn, and I'm always learning new stuff along the way, such as the double extraction method, which I'm actually going to try with this. This is actually done, but I think I'm going to leave it for one more month. I typically let my extracts, no matter what kind they are, go for a very minimum of 2 months before I strain them and start to use them. So I think I'm going to leave this for another month. And this is turkey tail we harvested from our other piece of property. And I have 4 more jars of just the dried turkey tail. So with turkey tail, like mushrooms are one of those things that are best if you use a double extraction method. So again, this is something I just learned about. And so what that means is after I strain off the alcohol from these mushrooms, this is just one of the several ways you can do a double extraction. I can then take these mushrooms and then add water to them and then simmer them, making a decoction, and then mix the two together. Because your alcohol is going to pull out certain types of nutrients that your simmering won't do, and vice versa. If I remember correctly, it's the simmering that pulls out more of the minerals. So that way, by making a double extraction, you're making sure that you're getting all of the above, and then you mix them together, which would mean that once you mix the decoction with the tincture, the alcohol tincture, then you're going to have, it's not going to be as strong an alcohol flavor. And my assumption would be, if you're going to take it, just the liquid as a form of medicine, that you would take maybe up to a tablespoon of that. So there are different things, and I just highly suggest, no matter what it is, because I don't know it all. I've been learning all this stuff as I go, and then sharing the information as I learn it. Now I know Heidi, the other Heidi, she has her own channel. She knows a lot about herbs. She does herbal courses. I'll link to her channel down below. She's another one I highly recommend you go check out. And I think she does biannual classes that you can take online if you want to earn a certificate in herbal medicine. But she would also be a good one to ask about some of this stuff. I'm a self-taught learner who does everything by trial and error, looking things up for myself, reading other people's experiences, and then learning that way. So I tend to learn as I do. I haven't taken an herbal course of any kind. I don't have a certificate. I have experience, and that's what I share with you. So anyway, just know that yes, you can tincture pretty much anything. That's the quick answer, but it is a good idea if you want to learn more about something specific, just like I did with the turkey tail mushrooms and the double extraction. You know, what is going to be the best method to use for that particular herb or root or bark that you're wanting to extract, then just do the research on that. And by the way, I also have a video I did a couple of years ago on how to do your own research, where I share how I find out this information and how I compare the information from various different sites. And this can apply to anything you're researching. It doesn't matter what it is, because I've been doing research on so many different types of topics for many years. And I learned how to streamline things and be able to find the best information and never trust just one place, even if it's a really well-written book or a channel that you really like, be it mine or anyone else's. Always cross-compare all your information. So anyway, that was it. And don't forget to check out the links I'll be putting in the description box down below by clicking on either more or show more, whatever shows for you, depending on if you're Rumble or YouTube or on a phone or on your computer. Right down here below the video screen, you'll see that. Click on that. It'll open the description box to find everything I put in there, including the full FAQ playlist. And thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.